Hi, I'm Zed, and today on Simply Complex we're going to talk about how to put on a sock. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is pick out a sock, and that sometimes can be a little bit confusing, but we'll try to pick something simple. Whoops, I'm sorry, I had to see that. So the first thing, like I said, is we want to pick out a sock, and let's start with something very simple that will be easy for us to demonstrate. Let me just check. Yeah, those are clean enough. So that's step one, is to select the sock you're going to try. Okay, so we've identified the sock that we want to try to attempt to put on our foot, and actually it's my foot, not your foot, but so this is what we've got here. And the next really important step here is to prepare this complex coverage for the foot so it's ready to put onto the foot. So what I find is easy to do is put both thumbs into the side of the sock, such as this, and then you want to work both sides here and try to get your thumbs all the way down to the end of the sock, such as this. I know that's I went kind of fast, and that's fairly complex, so start by putting the thumbs in and then kind of simultaneously work with your fingers here to get your thumbs down to the very end of the sock, such as this. Does that make sense? So it doesn't matter if you've got the right sock or the left sock, this will work for either foot. Alright, now we're ready to actually attempt to put the sock onto the foot. And so you notice you keep the thumbs, and at this point what I find helpful is to kind of apply a little outward pressure of the sock, keeping the thumbs here deep into the sock liner here, or into the toe of the sock. So what we want to do is stretch those out a little bit to actually introduce a little bit more space for the sock. And then what we'll do is we'll reach out, extending the arms, and then we want to slowly put this down over the end of the toes. Let me go a little bit slower. I know I didn't want to cram too many things all at once. So again, a little outward pressure with the sock, reach forward, extending the arms, keeping the thumbs extended, and then slide this over the toes, sliding it over. So out, extending, outward pressure, and extending that over the toes. Now we're going to carry on with that. Notice how this line there is sort of a line-up device. Pull that down, and then working with the thumbs, you want to lift the heel and just work this over the end of the foot or the heel. And a little too much pressure, you might have heard that rip. All right, you may have noticed with that last step there, I did a little bit too much pressure, and you can see that what happens sometimes if you do it a little bit too rough. I ended up with a little ventilation area here by a little bit too much pressure. So keep in mind, as you apply the sock to the foot, you want to make sure that you've got, you don't want to overdo it, you don't want too much pressure, or else you'll end up with unplanned ventilation such as that. Now let me just remove this sock here, and we'll demonstrate some of the other common mistakes that you might make. Here's another sock here, and we're going to attempt something such so complex as a longer, taller sock such as this. What I like to do is just make sure there's no surprises. And right now I'm not certain, but there could either be something at the end of this sock, or maybe it's just a little bit thick. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take the risk and put my hand down here. Just make sure that this sock is ready to go. And oh, good. I'm glad that I thought that might have been a live animal, but it's not. Let me just see what that was. Oh, it's another sock. So, I was worried. So from here, what we want to do, we want to demonstrate the same thing. Again, a little harder to do, but again, I've got my thumbs inserted into the sock, but as you can see, there's a lot more sock there, so I'm going to want to, same thing, with my fingers, work my way down to the end of the sock, and now I'm ready to go. I'm at the end of the sock, but you see I got a lot more sock there. So what you don't want to do is in your attempt to line this up is you want to make sure you've got it lined up properly. So here's what a lot of times people will do is whoops, you can see what happened. I missed some of my other toes there. So if that happens, don't worry, don't struggle, don't be too concerned. You just want to start over again, and make sure you get that lined up properly, extending all the way, and then pushing down. Whoops. See, it's just a lot more difficult than you think. I missed the bigger toe there. So let me see. I'll try it one more time. Pulling outward with the sock. Got it lined up. And continuing on. Not too much pressure. Don't want any ventilation. Pulling that sock back to where you've got it properly aligned, such as that. And you can see sometimes you might find it flex just a little bit. Make sure you're ready to move on from there, and then you might put into a slipper or a shoe or something such as that. Another common mistake people make when putting on their socks is to put it on inside out, and you can tell here that this has got some, I don't know what you call that, maybe extra thread or something. That's really, it's like a speed bump for your foot, for your toes. When you put that on, your feet will, your toes will hit that, and you know it's incorrect. It's inside out. A lot of times people put that on and they'll go, "Oh yeah, I think that's wrong," but actually I just told a fib, because that's really on the inside, and that's really a they call it in some countries a sleeping policeman that lets you know that you've got the sock correctly turned inside out or right side out. So again, with this small sock, we're going to demonstrate just how to put this on. Thumbs into the sock on the sides, and as I mentioned, thrust the thumbs forward, work with your fingers all the way down till you get to the end of the sock, and then align the sock with the toes, reaching forward, extending those arms fully, and then gently pull the sock to where it comes on the entire foot. You notice here that a couple things wrong. One, this is not my sock, and two, it looks like the sock is not only doesn't fit, but it's got this large baggy portion here that's commonly used down here on the heel of the foot. So a lot of times people make this mistake. If this happens, don't stress, don't struggle too much with it. Just simply release the sock from the bottom of the foot and pull it inside out and throw it away. Alright, hey, thanks for watching today. Simply Complex. I hope if now you might understand how to properly put on a sock and some of the common mistakes you make. Go ahead and try it on your own. Just go slow and